AP courses and then AP exams that come as part of that have definitely become much more prevalent in schools, and they're teaching more AP classes than certainly when I first started as a school counselor. It was sort of like more of a special thing, I guess I would say, to take an AP class in a school. If you were looking back like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's like, oh, if you're planning on going to being smart, you have to take these APs. For junior year, you have to stack a good amount of APs because that's the year that you do that. You have to have that on your resume, or else something bad's gonna happen. Even though no one really says what that is, just like it just seems like a requirement. It's like you see your friends taking it, you also feel pressure from that. I remember having a conversation where I was like talking about the amount of APs I was taking this year, and like someone said they were taking 4, and it's like, yeah, this is the year where you gotta stack them, and I started feeling like, oh, 3 might not be enough, especially because I'm not really planning on taking too many next year in senior year. So that was like, I started feeling like 3 might not be enough, even that, and right now I'm completely overwhelmed by my workload.
I guess they're, good at educating you like more than you like need for your test. Way more stressful than like regular classes. I think I've learned more though than like regular classes. Sophomore year, I didn't take AP Euro, and my global class ended up being a lot of people who didn't really care about what they were learning, and it was kind of hard to focus on the subject. So I felt like if I did take AP Lang, even though it was harder, I would have probably been more vigorous in my work. So I wanted to take the AP US and AP Lang junior year because most of my friends were going to do it, and I knew that if I took the regular Regents ones, I knew that I probably wasn't going to care as much, and I wanted to learn the material well. Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of pressure to take them. I know people that take I know a friend of mine who's next year in junior year he's going to take 7. I don't know how, he wants to get all those classes in so colleges it'll look nice to colleges, but it's a lot of stress, especially when you go in your guidance meeting to make your schedule. I wasn't really thinking about taking AP classes, and then I heard everybody else was taking them, and then my guidance counselor was like, oh, you should definitely take them, and she kind of just pressured it on me, so it kind of made me more inclined to join that kind of realm, even though I don't really like to take them. I would have chosen not to probably if my guidance counselor didn't really push me to. It's definitely more stress, especially in this, I think in New Paltz, compared to other high schools, they definitely pressure you more to take APs, which is good in some aspect, but also if you don't want to take them, you shouldn't be stressed to the max about taking them. So.
I definitely get the term catching up. I do hear students say that a lot, and I kind of, I don't know, I always wonder where that comes from. But yeah, you're right. There's probably a lot of, students are seeing what their peers are doing and feeling pressure to kind of keep up or do something similar. So I understand that. Sort of like an extra bonus, or it's nice if that can happen. And it happens in lots of different ways. Some schools will, give credit for 3 or 4. Some schools have a little higher standard where it's got to be a 4 or a 5. It kind of depends on the schools. And sometimes they don't necessarily give credit, but they'll give advanced standing, meaning that, in college you can maybe skip the intro class and go into the next class. So you're not really buying, or you're not getting extra credits earned. You're just going to the next level. But sometimes students will get liberal arts credits, say from, like US history, maybe that'll help meet one of their social science requirements as part of their liberal arts. In that case, maybe that could come in handy where a student might need a lighter load to do an internship or study abroad. That's kind of an extra bonus or thing that can happen.
I thought it was pretty like ridiculous that it costs like almost $100 for each test, because like if like colleges like want to see APs, like people who are less like fortunate to have that kind of money are like less inclined to like take that class, in my opinion, because like I didn't even know the tests like cost that much money when I took the class. I wasn't informed in the first place, and it kind of made me not want to take the class, like the test in general. When I found out like halfway through the year that it cost like almost $100, I kind of didn't want to take the test, and like that kind of would have made the whole class kind of pointless to like go through all that work to not like get the credit for it in the first place.
So I'm taking 3 APs, so that's in total almost $300 for the tests. And I was the whole year stressed out about the tests, like thinking like, oh, I got to do good, this affects stuff. And then I got to the tests and things are hectic. Most people are taking their SATs now, which I did, life and stuff. So things are hectic, and I realized, thought about actually how much these tests will affect me and how much I'll care about them, and I realized they're not going to affect me that much. I'm really, I have to get to any college that I would probably go to, obviously at least a 3. And some of these tests, I knew it would have been too much of a stretch, to even get that might not even happen. And then also, for a lot of colleges, they don't even accept a 4, maybe even a 5. So it's I'm not going to probably use these grades. I'm not going to release my scores till after I get accepted to college. And I'm literally contemplating just writing my name on the AP Lang, because it's a bunch of stress for something that's never going to affect me. The thing I care about more is the weighted average versus the actual grade I'll get. I'm just paying the money for a grade, really. It's like in video games when they say pay to win. It's that situation. You're just paying for grades.
I feel like I was not prepared. I feel like it was like a matter mostly of like not really caring about them. You don't have to send out your scores to colleges, so it made me kind of like not study more. Would I use my credits? Probably not, because they would not be something I would want to like send to my college. I feel like I probably didn't do well in them. But in general, I would probably want to retake the class in college so that I have a better understanding of everything I learned. Because in AP US, it was so much information at once, and I feel like I didn't absorb all of it that I could have. So I feel like I probably would retake the class anyway.
I think they feel like it helps them sort of change who they are as a student. And I think, honestly, that's the biggest reason to take AP classes in general, for the challenge. Mm-hmm. And kind of, make the transition from being a high school student toward being a potential college student or, higher level learner, wherever that takes the person. Come and join the